here today at Leggett's Quarry, which was the location of the very first NRL Hunter UK 2-2 match. I'm here with Jackal Rifle Club. There's a bit of a practice session going on with the lads. They're all over there doing some precision rifle practice. I'm going to be running some NRL Hunter drills. Specifically, I'm going to be working on how quickly at the start of a stage I can get myself set up and on glass ready to start finding targets. Ideally, I want to be trying to aim for sub 30 seconds. So I've got my timer that I will also be using during matches to be able to give me that countdown to see how well I'm doing. Now, the plan today is to test two pieces of equipment to see which it gets me within that 30 seconds the easiest. So which is the quickest piece of equipment to use to get me onto the glass. Is it going to be the tripod, or is it going to be my set of quad sticks that I use when out hunting, and which you see quite a lot of stalkers in the UK using? Now, my guess is that the sticks are going to be the quickest, because the tripod, there's extra steps to deploy the tripod. But what I'm also going to be seeing is which one gives me the most stability once I'm using them to support my range finding binoculars. I think the stability factor is going to be won by the tripod. I also think the tripod probably gives you more shooting options, whether you're using it as a rear support or you know, for something to be able to clip in and get some really stable shooting positions. So sticks, definitely quicker. Tripod, a little bit slower, but maybe more stable when range finding and when taking the shots. I'm here today with the Bagara B14R with the Leupold Mark IV, and other kit in my bag includes my Celtic Precision shooting bag, and like I said, I've got a set of range finding binoculars, got something for my data, and that's pretty much everything that you need to shoot an NRL Hunter stage. So I'm going to go get set up and let's see how I get on. Okay, so this is going to be the first drill that I do, and it's important to remember that we must start with all equipment on the person and everything in a stored position. So what you'll see here is that I've got my bipod collapsed, my tripod, which is the Nylord Red Mist Quick Deploy, is also fully collapsed as well. It's just a two-piece section tripod, and I've inverted the legs for quick deployment, so just a very quick twist, extend, tighten it off. So the tripod's going to be fairly quick for deploying, but we'll soon see how it compares to the shooting sticks after I run this first initial drill. Right, I've got the timer set, so you can see that the stage is over here. I'm going to start the timer and then I'm going to approach the stage as if I was shooting a match, seeing if I can get on glass within 30 seconds. So let's go.
30 seconds left.
So the first thing I'm going to do is put the tripod down, and then I need to store my rifle in a safe position. Okay, I'm going to find the rear sighting post,
10, 9,
and already you can see I'm running out of time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so let's just stop that. Now straight away I can see that I rushed at the end there. I haven't got my tripod set up in a comfortable position. I needed to get it ideally a little bit higher. Another option I could have done was just left the tripod in its collapsed position and then gone like down on my knees, put the binos on top of the tripod and started to find the targets from that kneeling position. However, I have seen people do that at matches in the past, not realizing that the closer they get to the ground, the more difficult it is to see the targets, and indeed sometimes the targets will disappear behind bushes, trees and so on. So ideally, I think it's best to always make sure that your tripod is fully deployed so you've got that height. Okay, so still, I got in there around about the 30 seconds mark, so not a bad start considering I wasn't rushing in it by any means. I was very much taking my time. But what I'm going to do now is run that drill a second time using the same equipment and see if I can go a little bit quicker and get a more comfortable position with the tripod. Then we're going to take a note of that time and we'll then move over onto the shooting sticks. Another thing that I realised I didn't do when getting set up there was drop my backpack on the floor. And really before I start getting on glass, I need to drop my backpack. So definitely, in hindsight, didn't achieve 30 seconds, did I? Right, so let's get the time reset. Okay, and this time we're going to move with a little bit more, hopefully a little bit more purpose. Okay, so let's go.
30 seconds left. 20 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, that was a much better run, pretty much bang on the 30 seconds, much more stable, comfortable position with the tripod, got the rifle stored in a safe direction, got my backpack on the floor but out of the way, so when I want to then, once I've found the target and ranged them, I can move over to the shooting positions knowing that there's no kit going to impede me. I can get straight into the positions and start engaging the targets. What I would say is, again, using the tripod, and as you can see, I've purposely made sure that this has already got a plate attached and a small flap bag attached as well, so I'm not having to mess about taking my shooting bag out of my bag. I can leave that in my bag until it's needed, or keep the shooting bag on the outside of my bag, so maybe clipped onto the outside so it's more easily accessible. But this way I've got a stable shooting position ready to go, and that really is a very, very stable shooting position. There's very little to zero movement in my binoculars, which means that when I'm ranging, I'm going to be able to make sure that I can keep very, very steady and get some very, very accurate readings. So very happy with how that particular drill went. Now I'm going to stop the video, I'm going to reset, and we'll move over onto the shooting sticks and see how we get on with them. Okay, so we're abandoning the tripod, as much as I love it, and we're going to run the next drill using the quad sticks. I mean, for me as a hunter, this is what I am much more familiar with. Good set of shooting sticks, rifle on my shoulder, backpack in place. It feels a lot more comfortable, a lot more at home for me than carrying around the tripod. The tripod usually only comes out to me when I'm hunting, maybe if I'm setting up in one position and I'm waiting for a fox or something like that. But usually when I'm hunting, I'm on the move and I've got my shooting sticks with me. So we're going to run the same drill like I mentioned, from the same starting position, but this time we're going to go with the shooting sticks. Let's go.
20 seconds
That's the rifle dropped. That's my bag dropped. That's the sticks out.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, as you can see, that went a lot quicker than using the tripod. Even though again I was a little bit slow getting the rifle grounded, but certainly once you're ready to get the sticks deployed, it's definitely quicker than going with the tripod. But as expected, and this is my experience when out in the field, the sticks are definitely not as stable as the tripod. So would I have the same level of confidence of taking an accurate range? I definitely feel more comfortable if I had the tripod here that I was getting that more accurate range on the binos. So that's the trade-off. But in terms of getting within that 30 seconds, maximising the amount of time that you've got for actually searching for the targets, ranging them, and then getting down into the shooting positions to engage them, the sticks, definitely the quicker option. Be interesting though to see how much of that time that you've gained using the sticks is lost because you're checking and double checking your ranges to make sure that you've got an accurate range, especially when the heart gets going, you know, the adrenaline's pumping, you're a bit less stable. You probably would be wanting to have the tripod with you. But can you shoot an NRL hunter match using your quad sticks if you're an out and out hunter who maybe doesn't have a tripod? Absolutely. We've seen it at our matches, people get on with sticks very well, and I would feel very comfortable taking my sticks into a match and not a tripod.